Hi, I'm always moving because I'm on the run from the FBI, Liam Deck.
And hey, I'm Tristan Jacob, the expert mover.
And today we will be talking about moving. So I've moved about like 8 or 9 times in my life. How many times have you moved?
See, I never moved until I was like 18, and I'm 25 now. So in 7 years, I've probably moved 8 or 9 times.
Jeez. See, for me, since I was like born, I've been moving, so I'm used to growing up in like I went to three preschools, but that's because I got kicked out for bullying people. Then I went to 2 elementary schools because I moved. Went to 3 colleges, 2 of them because I moved and 1 because I dropped out because money. And then coronavirus made me move again. So, Tristan, I honestly I don't remember half the places I moved to. I just know the states. I've been in New York, North Carolina, Virginia, New Jersey, back to New York, and then just New York, and now I'm going to move to Pennsylvania.
See, but like you've moved like a bunch of states. I just moved all over New York.
Yeah, and I also got to go
North
to
Carolina.
various parts of New York. Like I've been on Long Island, I've been in the city, I've been in the Mid-Hudson Valley, and now I'm in the North Country, like North Country.
See, I've been in Queens, Long Island, and Mid-Hudson Valley. That's it.
Okay, yeah. So when I was looking at the apartment for New Paltz, the one we ended up like moving in, we didn't move in at the same time. We moved in actually different times, but that was my third place I looked at. The first 2 I looked at, so the first one we pulled up, and there is a broken fountain with an angel, and she has no face. It's just wings, a body, and no face. And we pull up, and I swear to God, this looks like a movie set, and you can hear the audience screaming, "Do not go in there." So me and my friends go in, and we're waiting around for whoever it was, the real estate agent. I don't know if she was the landlord or whatnot. We waited about an hour, and she never showed up. So the gardener came over, and he said, "What are you guys doing here?" We're like, "Well, I'm supposed to be checking out a place." So he brought me into the office, and this place, it's Section 8. And, like, some Section 8s are fine, but this one was, like, bottom of the barrel. Like, you walked into that office, there were ceiling tiles on the floor, there were eviction notices, there was a list of people who had current arrest on them, things like that. So, super cute. Yeah. We didn't obviously go with that place just because the walls were like yellow and I didn't really want to vibe with that. So then we looked at another place that was with these 2 old people. And I mean, like, they were in their 80s. And I was going to rent a room right outside of their kitchen. It was like $300 a month.
Yeah.
But it was literally in the middle of nowhere. When I tell you, like, you had to go up 3 mountains to get to this house. So I was like, no.
And then you landed at Donna's. And
then we got to Donna's.
Go.
Good times.
See, I just kind of emailed Donna because I had rented from her before.
Okay.
I was like, hey, do you have any rooms available anywhere? And she was like, actually, I have 1 room left. And I was like, awesome. Then I moved in and I met the gargoyle that is Sam. Shout out to Sam. And Sam reminds me of Lurch from the Addams Family.
You're not wrong. This man, he's like 6'5" or something.
He's a big boy.
He had to duck to not hit his head on some of the ceilings. Like, it was bad.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah. I wonder what he's up to. I have to say, like, when I lived in Queens, I actually stayed at the dorms, but they were set up like apartments to give you that real-world experience, which I loved. And of those roommates, one of them I still have on, like, LinkedIn for some reason. I don't know.
That's the weirdest social media platform to have.
It's
your college roommate on.
So, I actually have a new place I am moving to in Philadelphia. It has been confirmed.
And do we like the roommates?
Yes, they are very nice. When I was talking to him, actually have like a chore board and like they're very punctual. They're very nice people.
So you'll be good with that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
like
happy
right
with
up
that.
your alley. That's
So
100% up your alley.
I gotta find my little chore board and see if I can like revamp that thing.
The problem was, it was never us.
We don't have to mention who, but we know.
A lot
Yeah,
of
if you have roommates and they don't clean, my advice is grab all the dirty dishes you can find, and if it's around the holidays, turn it into an advent calendar and give it to them. If it's not the holidays, you just leave it on their bed.
advice: do not, under any circumstance, move in with a girl you just met. I've done this now 3 times.
Oh my god, you are a U-Haul lesbian.
I am a U-Haul lesbian. It's a fucking problem. Welcome to the Hookup Jar.
Also, if your roommate tells you that they're going to have a friend stay over for a night or two, ask them, do they literally mean a night or two, or do they mean 6 months? Because there's a slight difference between the two.
Agreed.
And we learned that the hard way.
Yes.
Also, if that friend is going to stay for 6 months, at that point they are no longer considered a guest. They are now a roommate, and they should be paying rent and stop stealing your food and money. Do you like moving?
I don't know if I like it or if I just do it for like survival purposes at this point.
See, for me, I kind of like moving because you get to visit new locations, but not only that, the little bit of like nepotism in me and narcissist is like, I have something cool going on. Like, yeah, I'm moving, and it makes everyone go like, oh, where are you going? And like suddenly you're the center of attention. I love that. I love that. Even if it's just like a minute of just like, you're moving. I love that. I don't
But like
know why.
at the same time, like I get that, and I get like the whole like I can start over. Nobody knows me. All this stuff. Like I want to be able to like put my shit in a room and be like, okay, like this is where I'm staying for a while now.
When you're moving into a new place, Tristan, what kind of things are you expecting from a roommate? Like, what are you looking for? What are turn-ons, turn-offs?
So I get if your room is messy. It's your room. Have it however the fuck you want it. I get that. Common areas should not be destroyed. Like, when I first moved into the apartment that we were living in, like in the house, like everything was spotless when I got there. Thank you, Liam.
I'm not saying it was me, but
like inviting and stuff like that, and you know, like everyone was really chill and helpful when I was moving in. Like Sam was like, "Hey, can I help you with like your stuff? Like, can I help you bring stuff in? You know, all that good shit." Like that's cool. Like you want to hang out with people that are like open and warm and stuff like that. Like if we were going to be living in a house together and there was like a dude that literally just sat in his room all day, Abby, I would not want that kind of a relationship. Like that's boring. Like,
yeah, and like you don't have to be best friends with your roommates, but like you want to at least know that they're alive and like get along, that you can hang out. If somebody's in the living room, you don't want to avoid them.
You don't have to be like best friends with your roommates, but like it's nice to feel.
I mean, we're not friends.
Excited and like at least they're like this is somebody that you're going to be living with for God knows how long. Like you want to have some sort of a good relationship.
If you do have a friend that you're moving in with, like sit down and seriously talk about like your finances. Like don't be afraid to have these discussions because it's important to know like you have to set up a budget. You have to understand like what are going to be shared items. Are each of you going to get your own toilet paper, or like what are you going to do? Like you need to discuss everything you can think of.
One thing about living in that house that was good was we all signed separate leases.
Yes, so, like, I love that.
God forbid somebody was late, it wasn't your problem. It was that person's problem.
No, hold on. Regardless, because with our landlord, she would email us if just reminding us like the rent is due, or hey, you guys are late, or somebody had a candle in their room or whatever. But the thing was, I was the only one who answered the emails.
Right.
So she would email me, reminding me to tell other roommates about their rent.
Right.
So also be careful of that. It should not be your responsibility. If you sign separate leases, you shouldn't be responsible for other people. And I'm not saying for you. It was for some other people. I got a lot of angry emails. A lot.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. She did let us use her pool if we wanted. She offered that.
Did she?
Did she not to you guys?
I never used the pool.
I didn't, but she offered it once or twice.
I was never offered the pool. What the fuck?
So anyway, that's our show. Thanks for watching.
Maybe she just liked you best. I don't know. She never offered me the pool.
Oh, that's one thing. If you are looking for an apartment and you know the neighborhood and you have a job, get the apartment closer to where you hang out than to your job. Because when you get home from work, you are going to be tired. And if you have to take another train, another bus, another car, Uber, whatever, to go and meet your friends, you're going to say, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to drive. I don't want to do this. But if you are in walking distance, you will be going out and you'll have a better social life. That is a pro tip. Oh, so when you are looking online for an apartment, be careful when you're using like Craigslist, Facebook, any of that. Check out the photos, and if they look too good to be true, more often than not, they are. And if you read the description and it sounds good to be too good to be true, it is. Do not trust it. If it looks like a shithole, it is. That's what you're going to get. But if it looks like immaculate, it's beautiful, it's out of a magazine, no. Don't go for it.
Our apartment does not need to be crazy nice. It doesn't. Like, you spend the most amount of time either in class or with your friends. Like,
yeah.
There's, like, you don't need anything crazy.
And once you start becoming a professional, your mood will change because you are going to be home a little more often.
Right.
Like, I'm looking for something a little nicer, a little more established. But for what we had, it was perfect.
Right, because we were literally there to sleep, basically.
Yeah, and it was cheap. That's the thing, is if you were in college, get something cheap and do not dorm. Don't dorm. It's so expensive. Oh, it is so expensive.
I never dormed.
I did, and I regret it. That's where I lost about, like, $6,000 that I had to pay out of pocket. So I dropped out, and I curse at them.
I mean, my younger sister goes to a private school, and she dorms, so...
Yeah, don't go to a private school. Don't dorm. It's not worth it.
You're getting the same education no matter where the fuck you go. The first 2 years mean nothing. It's gen eds, and it doesn't matter where you go. I went to
community college
first year and a half.
Yeah,
and I saved a hell of a lot of money.
I honestly tell everyone, do a community college for the first 2 years. Get your associates, because then even if you decide not to go on, like school isn't for you, that's fine. You at least have something. And it's not like you went to only a 4-year where now it's like, well, I don't have anything. Start with a 2-year. Not worth the drive.
There's so much pressure to, like, go away to school. Like, you'll have all these great experiences and stuff like that. But, like, it's not a bad thing to wait a year or two.
No.
It's really not. Like, it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Also, if you are going to be moving, go to grocery stores and ask them for produce boxes. Usually go for the lemon ones, go for the pepper ones. Those are sturdier and they're free. Don't pay from like U-Haul or UPS or USPS.
Equals for packing boxes. It's stupid.
Yeah, don't. Just go to your grocery store.
Anyway, so might as well just take them.
Yeah. Oh, people come in all the time. I would steal them all the time when I needed to move. I gave you guys plenty too.
Yeah. Exactly, because, I mean, they're going in the garbage. Might as well use them.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is, like, even when you're done packing, you can just toss them out.
Boxes, those are good.
Which ones?
Liquor store.
Oh, yeah, those ones are good, too.
They get rid of those all the time.
Yeah, just go into stores randomly. Just break in the middle of the night, see what boxes are lying around, and just steal them.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. And remember, cashews are a substitute for packing peanuts.
And to quote the famous Rihanna, everything you own is in the box to the left. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe down below.